All right.
This meeting is being recorded.
All right. Let's get started. How's everybody doing? I'm so excited to be here with you all today. James is going to let me talk today, but we're going to be talking about crafting our story and leading with our health, which is very related. So we'll be going over that in just a sec. We're going to get a presentation up and I'll be sharing my screen. James is my assistant. How do you get it up? There it goes. Bear with us.
Yeah, see.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. So today we're going to be talking about our stories, crafting our stories. We all have a story, right? Everyone has a story, even people who haven't met Optavia yet. We all have a story. So we're going to be talking about how to craft that and share. There you go to the next one. Oh, thank you. So why do we share, right? That's super, super important. What's the reason why we share our story with others? So like I said, everyone has a story. We want to mainly show people what's possible. We want to share our trilogy. So we know Optavia, most people think, oh, it's a weight loss program, right? Many of us may have come into it thinking that too. It was a little bit different for us. So that's why we want to make sure we're sharing the full trilogy, what it's done for us physically, what it's done for us mentally, and what it's done for us financially. So you never know what somebody might need, what they're going through. They might seem like they have it all together financially, but maybe they don't, right? Maybe they seem like they've got it all together up here, but they don't. So we don't know. We want to share the full trilogy. We want to inspire others to inspire others. So we know me and James and I, we can only reach so many. So if we inspire others, then they change their lives, they can touch those around them. So we know that that is what really creates a more impactful and lasting change. So that's another reason why we share. And we also want to give hope. So many people out there become complacent and they get comfortable, even though they're not really comfortable and they're not really happy. So we want to give them hope and let them know that it is possible to do what many of us have done. And we're all human, right? We're more alike than we are different. So we want to make sure that we share what we've done with others to let them know that they also can make some changes as well. And so we want to be familiar with 3 different stories. We'll find out why. So we want to have a 30-second story. This is our elevator pitch, as they call it. So when we're in passing with someone, when we're, a brief hello, when we don't have a lot of time to fully share all the details of our story, we want to just have a quick 30-second story. Oh, how are you? How are you feeling? Oh, I feel amazing. I lost 60 pounds. I have so much energy. I keep it with my kids. Something quick. So 30-second story, we want to have that down. The 90-second story is super important as well. That's the one that we share in our health assessment. So we want to know that one like the back of our hand. That one's probably the one that we use the most. We also want to have a 5-minute story. So this one is great for when we're doing healthy happy hours and we're sitting with someone and we have a little bit more time to get really deep into our stories, family gatherings, like for us, J-Dubs, our other gatherings, barbecues, dinners. So we want to have a 5-minute story where we get really, really deep into our stories. So the 90-second trilogy story, like I mentioned, is the one that we're probably going to be using the most, particularly for health assessments. So this is the outline that you see here. Number 1, we want to share where we were before program. And again, we want to focus on the trilogy where we want to express emotion because people can really relate to that and connect with that. Not everybody has, more than 30, 40, 50 pounds to lose. Maybe they just still feel ashamed. Maybe they feel depressed, embarrassed, no energy. Maybe they are overweight or on medications, or they have some lifestyle related illnesses. So we don't know that, right? So that's why we want to share emotion. We want to share where we were physically. And we also want to share financially what it's done for us, even though we may not be where we want to be. It's given us definitely some blessings. So for example, James and I, part of our story is that no, we don't have to have a stranger take care of Luna, right? She has her dad home with her all day. So she won't know what that's like to be left somewhere and not have her parents with her, or at least one parent for now. And so the second part of that 90-second story is what changed, right? After starting program, what changed for you? Did you have more energy? Did you get off some of those medications? I know some of you have. Do you fit better into your clothes? Are you more confident? How are you feeling, right? Not just physically, but how do you feel about those changes that you've made? And what are some financial blessings, some financial wins that you've had? What has it done for you? Have you been able to travel more? Have you been able to start a savings account? Give more gifts, right? Donations, things like that, that really create an impact. And number 3, we want to get excited about it. We want to share why we decided to pay it forward. So we were talking about this morning, and it's like, man, you think about all the lives that have changed from your yes. Like James and I are our mothers, we're our first clients, and that's what just them alone made a huge difference in our lives. So we're super, super thankful for that. So we want to get excited about it. And then we want to practice our story. We want to say it out loud in front of the mirror or record it and watch yourself and see how you can improve, how to become more succinct, but still be impactful. And we want to get creative, right? So we have so many different avenues of sharing our story. One example is social media. This is why we want to live out loud. We want to share bits and pieces of it. For example, we're cooking a healthy meal, right? We're sharing recipes. We're sharing, we go out on walks in the middle of a Wednesday. People are like, why are they doing that, right? And that's what attracted James to Jamil. He was always walking the beach, not just talking about coaching or his physical health, but, how he was able to do that. So we want to make sure we're living out loud, and we want to be authentic. We want to be real. We want to get vulnerable. Because people relate to that, right? And they're attracted to that. We were talking about how some coaches get really emotional on their lives, or they share videos where they're doing the ugly cry. And why are people so attracted to that? Because it's real, and not everybody shares like that. Not everybody is real like that. So we want to be authentic, and we want to be excited. I don't know if you guys were on the training with Jamil when he was like, "Oh my God." Automatically, what do people do? They're like, what happened? What happened? They're curious. They want to know. He's like, oh, I just got a deposit today from helping people. I know most of you guys got a deposit, I would hope, right? So we want to be excited about it. That really attracts and piques people's curiosity. I can say that. And how do we lead with our health, and how does that connect with our story? So we have, with the healthy habits, we have different things that we get, right? We have mindset shifts. We have physical benefits. So one of those things that we can share in leading with our health is to set the example, right? So also talking about an example is before Optavia, if things were to happen to you, right, we would get upset and try to find somebody to blame. Like the other day, I was preparing a fueling and I was doing this, mixing it with my water, and I walked into the microwave door. And I was like, immediately, who left that open, right? But no, I said, no. I was looking down and I wasn't looking where I was going. So I took responsibility and I did not play the blame game, even though that was my initial instinct. So I stopped, I challenged, and I chose to take responsibility, close the microwave door, and continue with my fueling, right? We also want to share habits of healthy motion. So Optavia has, our community. We're encouraged to be healthy, exercise, right? We want to be just in those habits of motion. So we want to share that. We're going out for our walk. We're able to keep up with our kids. We're able to play with our kids. So what has it done for us physically? We also want to provide value. So things like recipes, health tips, right? That was one of our action steps yesterday. It doesn't have to be complicated, just small things, right? For example, drinking out of a straw causes us to drink more water. I didn't know that. So that's just a super simple, healthy tip. We also want to increase our credibility by sharing our journey, right? I think that's really setting the example in leading with your health. People see, you're still doing that, you're still being healthy. And that's when people say, okay, she's serious about this, or he's serious about this. So that creates more credibility, and they're more willing to trust us in helping them with their journeys. Let's see. So we want to inspire others around us too. So that's how we will inspire others, right? And that really creates that lasting impact, because if we inspire someone else, they start making changes. They start inspiring other people. Let's see. Okay. So it's time for us to be an inspiration for others. So some of the things I want to focus on in sharing our story is, what do you want people to know? What are you really passionate about when it comes to your journey and your story? Also, again, emotion. What about your story evokes emotion? Because people connect to that. You know, we all have feelings, we all have emotions. So share something that evokes emotion. And then how do we purposely share the details of our story? So instead of saying, oh, just, how much weight you lost, you can say, again, what have you gained from the results of that? Do you have more energy? Or you're taking walks now, like our friend Sylvia, she's training for her 5K. So those are important things that we want to share. Those are just those little bits and pieces that can create an impact. Okay, and this was something that we heard at convention. Was it Doug Wood? Yeah, so Doug Wood said, the only difference between a senior coach and an IPD is that an IPD has told their story to more people. So we just want to share our story. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter when. We just want to share our story with everyone. There's over 300 million people in the US. So even if we do 10 at a time, we're creating an impact. So our story could be the key that unlocks someone else's prison. So please, please, please don't be afraid to share your beautiful story, because you all have a beautiful story. And these are our action steps for today. So we want to post 5 times on our story. We want to do transformations, healthy snack, and 2 stories of your choice. We want to start 10 conversations, simple hello, comment, likes on other people's page and profiles. And we want to do a Facebook Live today, sharing our 90-second story. I know my stomach turns every time I hear that, but just do it. Don't think about it. Let's just do it today. 90-second story. And we want to add 5 new friends to grow our audience. And we want to just send love to 3 random people who may be on your heart. You may be thinking about, you may have been thinking about them for a while, right? So let's just share some love today and share our story. And that's all I got for you today. Oh, sorry. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. James just reminded me. All right. So I hope everything is being helpful, guys. I hope you guys have gleaned something from everything that we've done. It's only day 4 and we still have so much to go. So I'm so excited. But throw it in the chat. What has come up for you guys? Are you guys doing more health assessments? Have you guys had any new clients? Are you approaching anybody about coaching? Oh, you're welcome. So excited. Thank you. Let's see. All right. Well, anyway, put it in the group. What are you gleaning from all these trainings? But thank you guys for being here today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And those in Florida, be safe. Don't get eaten by an alligator.
New clients.
Oh,
And-
yay. Go Stanley. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Good job. Have an amazing, amazing day. Thanks for being with us today.